Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another episode of the How Powerful series. I'm really enjoying putting these together for you all. It gives me a good excuse to use the countless hours I spent researching cartoons. If you haven't seen the previous videos about Zack Saturday and Generator Rex, they're located neatly in the playlist here. Today, however, we examine everyone's favorite Sorceress Supreme Anodite B, Gwen Tennyson. Gwen's story doesn't start with just her cousin finding the watch. To truly understand how powerful Gwen is, we have to examine her in several phases of her life, which is why, in a change of formula, we'll be separating Kid Gwen from Classic Ben 10, and Teenage Gwen from Alien Force and so on. While we have things we can speculate about adult Gwen, we'll save that for another episode altogether. In the beginning, Gwen and Ben could barely stand being near each other, or even being in the same room. After Ben's faithful encounter with the alien device that sits upon his wrist, Gwen gets strung along in this cross-state summer vacation with Ben and Grandpa Max. Throughout their encounter, we get our first glances at exactly how capable Gwen is. Along with her amazing detective skills, Gwen shows an odd level of adaptability for a child. Before discovering her Anodite heritage, Gwen already showed high levels of critical thinking, being often the one who would research the enemies at the family trio encounter. This leading to Gwen's eventual researching the runes and magic behind Hex and Charmcaster, and the entire realm of Legerdemain. Gwen's even smart enough to pull a sleight of hand trick on Vilgax and Kevin, shown when she swapped the Omnitrix out with a literal bomb. Even before that, we have countless examples of Gwen being way too powerful for a child. She's casually knocked over Heat Blast with a fire extinguisher, caved in the chrome cranium of a rather unfortunate Vilgax drone, and shattered spears over giant mutated birds, causing them to flee in literal terror. Even in the event of being unarmed, we see that young Gwen displayed a rather monstrous level of strength, knocking out countless villains in the classic series with a well-placed kit. Dude, seriously, it can't be outside the realm of possibility to say Gwen with her latent Anodite heritage isn't granted some sort of enhancement, unless we're gonna chalk this up to cartoon exaggeration. Someone needs to explain to me how Gwen can kick and stagger a gorilla-bodied Dr. Animal. Outside of her mad kicking skills, we gotta note Gwen as a child had the strength to lift and toss one of Charmcaster's golems hard enough to shatter another golem. Going further on the magic side of things, Gwen's gently tossed Hex like a sack of discarded experiments. On top of Herculean strength, Gwen somehow has the grace of an elf. This is all without Gwen using or having access to her magic. In the 10th episode of Classic Ben 10 Lucky Girl, Gwen gets her first taste of mana manipulation. After a faithful encounter with Hex at the Museum of Witchcraft, Ben and Gwen have an argument about the validity of Gwen's assistance, and Gwen even goes as far to say that Ben is only a hero because he found the watch, and if she had found it, she'd be the hero. Newsflash, Benny boy, she's kinda right. There was a whole spinoff about it anyway. Anywho, after this, Gwen begins to engage in spellcraft, significantly increasing her not only combat potential, but also her versatility. Gwen shows manipulation of the elements, mana projection, and the ability to clairvoyantly locate objects with her powers. As a child, Gwen racked up a pretty large list of achievements that almost rivaled Ben's. She was practically a superhero when she had the charm of luck, leaping over obstacles and suddenly developing insane parkour skills. She's been shown knocking out several grown men once again with kicks. She's fast enough to dodge cars and even Diamond Head's crystals, and once again, her quick thinking and researching honestly saved a great deal of time and problems for the trio. I have always asked the question, however, would Gwen make a better protagonist than Ben? She's smart, cocky, talented, vigilant, and when I think about it, I can't really imagine any weaknesses for her other than the fact that she's a child. But as she grows, we see Gwen often sacrifices her goals for the compassionate or grounded option, opting to try to rewind time in an entire episode, or even when she literally went through such lengths as trying to save a deranged Kevin from Ben. And trust me, Ben was gonna clap Kevin. But we'll get into that in part 2 of our How Powerful is Gwen Tennyson, where we cover her in her teenage years and we truly begin to understand the power of an Anodite.